York County is so much more than just a stop for gas on I-80. 17 County is filled with unique individuals with unique stories just waiting to be told. Welcome to the 17 County Podcast with your host, Emily Perry.
This is 17 County Podcast. Thank you for tuning in for today's episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and listen. This helps our podcast grow, and we thank you for your continued support. We would also like to take the time to thank our York County Development Corporation members, AgriProducts, Cornerstone Bank, Nebraska Public Power District, and Central Valley Ag. Without these great members, we wouldn't be able to focus on the growth and development of York County here at the YCDC. So thank you. Let's get to the podcast. So today I have Kim Mortensen on the podcast. She is a business development specialist at Cornerstone Bank. Very important. She's also very heavily involved in the community, and you can always find her actively showcasing the groups that she's a part of. So thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you for asking me. This is a real privilege for me.
I'm glad you think so. I'm very excited.
So. You bet.
So I guess we can just jump right into the interview portion.
Sure.
Tell me about you. Where are you from?
I am a Kansas girl. I lived for my entire life in the northwest corner of the state in a town called Norton. So we were 11 miles south of the Nebraska border and 100 miles east of the Colorado border. So, yeah, it was a nice little town. It's a lot like York, in that it takes a village to keep the town going. So I did a lot of volunteer work there and was on a lot of committees and boards, and so I feel like I've come home just by coming to York.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's been great.
Absolutely. And how long have you been in York now?
It'll be 3 years in September.
Hey.
That's my 3-year anniversary.
Yeah, congratulations in advance. I'm sure I'll see you between now and then.
Oh, I'm sure, yes.
So going back to all of your volunteer experience, which you're still very heavily involved in volunteer type work, where did that kind of start? What really sparked that passion for you? Well,
my parents were both business owners, so they owned a little glass shop. It was called Harding Glass.
Oh, cool.
At the time. There was one in Kearney. They were everywhere. So they did that for 35 years. And so my mom, who is my hero, she truly is, she was involved in the community until my dad said, "Rose, your job comes first." So, I kind of took that on, and I had Mom as my example, and she still volunteers all the time. She's in charge of all the downtown flowers, and she's served on many committees, and she's involved with schools and things like that. So if you need a tour of Norton, let me know. I'll call Mom.
You have the hookup.
Because she's in charge of doing things like that through the chamber and their economic development.
That's very cool.
Yeah, office.
Very cool. So going into work and being the business development specialist, well, first of all, what is that? What do you do?
Well, okay, I usually tell people I go out and shake hands and kiss babies. So, which is a wonderful job.
Yeah.
I get to connect the bank to new opportunities as I become aware of them. And I get to kind of be a customer service advocate for the bank, and I'm definitely our customers' advocate for things that they would like to see happen with our merchant processing program. That's the thing that I kind of showcase in my sales part of my job. It's not really a high-pressure job at all. It's just a way to be connected to the community, and Cornerstone is excellent at supporting that. So, and I know everyone here knows how involved Kelly Holthus has been in the community, and Zach has followed in his grandfather's footsteps, as well as his mom.
Yeah.
So it's been a generational thing of excellence in customer service.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely amazing family that's able
it is
to run an amazing business.
They do. So, and I feel very honored to work for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So what were the steps that kind of took you to your current job? What were your past jobs like? How were you prepared for this job?
Well, as I said, when you grow up in a community as small as Norton, which was about 2,800, you have to kind of be involved in all those things. So we wanted a home-owned carnival, so I was on that board. And so it's still run by volunteers every
How
year,
neat.
and it's been 30-some years.
Wow.
And then I was involved in fundraising for the carnival as well as our twin theater that is still run by volunteers to this day.
Wow.
So, anything that I could be involved in, I tried to be. So, and my husband and I owned our own business in Norton. We were a computer consulting firm. So I was helping with repairs. I did bookwork. I was his girl Friday. And I was even building computers for
Wow.
him. Yeah, it was, I said, I will never be able to sell a computer when I first went to work for him. I was selling them after the first 2 years of working for him. And then I started building them. And I have to say, that was a lot of fun.
That's
I
interesting.
really enjoyed building the computers. But I've always been in a customer-facing role. And I love that because people are so interesting. They are so fun to visit with. And it's amazing how connected this world is.
Yeah.
I found out how connected Nebraska is when I took the job with Cornerstone. But, I've been a credit manager. I've actually been a teller before. I've been a jewelry salesperson for a local store in Norton. I worked as a bookkeeper for J.M. McDonald's. We're going way back on that one. And I've just had a lot of customer-facing roles. I also own my own clothing store in Norton for
Interesting.
2.5 years. And we all started dropping out of the retail business about the same time because Norton just wasn't big enough to support that.
Right.
But I love the creative side of all those things. And I just really enjoyed having my own clothing store. I felt like I had the biggest closet in Norton, which was the name of my store, The Closet. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it was fun.
Very cool. I did not know that.
Yes.
Learning new things.
A lot of the things I wear now are from my store.
Oh, really?
I know, it's so weird.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, it lasted a long time.
Yeah. So you were in Kansas. Mm-hmm. What made you find York or this area in Nebraska? Why
Sure.
come here?
Well, to be honest with you, my husband took a job in Lincoln back in 2019, and he worked in Lincoln for about 2 years. He worked for Frontier Hurley Davidson, and then he took a computer job with Bizco, which a lot of people here know what Bizco is. I know they provide services in York. And then I was a credit manager for Heartland Hobby Wholesale, which we were a distributor of trains, planes, and automobiles. So it was a lot of fun. I got to speak to people all over the world in trying to establish credit and all that stuff. So I had a good time at that job as well. But that was one of those jobs where if you do collections, it's kind of a high rate of burnout.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my husband found a job with CVA. So he's the director of IT security out there, or cybersecurity. And I sold myself to the people at Cornerstone. Mandy Hangelfeld is my supervisor.
Amazing person.
She is an amazing leader. I just feel really good about working with her every day. We have an incredible marketing department, so capable and so busy all the time.
Yeah.
But I have never looked back. When I took this job, I've never looked back. And I was going to retire when I'm 65, but if I can find a house here in York, I'm going to work until I'm 70. So we're on the hunt for a house here in York. But anyway, so yeah, I went into my interview and I said, listen, I am your gal. I'm the one you need in this position. And I think they just got tired of hearing that. So they went ahead and put me on the payroll, and I've been trying to be an example for future business development specialists. So yeah.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Very neat. I know shortly after I started here, you had noticed something in the newspaper and sent me like a little clipping, and that was the best feeling ever. But no, I think that you are fantastic at your job, and
Well,
I think
thank you.
anyone who knows you in a business realm would agree
I hope
with me.
so. I try to consider myself as the customer and how I would want to be treated. And that's probably what makes me their strongest advocate. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my goal.
Okay, so we talked about the job, and now we have to talk about everything else because there's lots of other things. lots
Sounds
of
good.
other things.
Bring it on.
So I guess, first of all, what are you all involved in?
Well, okay. So definitely very excited about being involved in York County Kids because I do see the need, and I know the bank does too. So they have been very supportive of my role on the board of the York County Kids Foundation. So, or nonprofit.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call those, but I was involved in the establishment of the Creative Arts District and had the pleasure of working with Sue Crawford and Dr. Clark Rausch and so many others. Let's see, what all am I involved in? The wall that has downtown York now showing, that was my paint job, and I was so fortunate to have the soccer teams and the basketball, women's basketball from York University. Big shout out to those kids for coming down and helping. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of paint all over everybody, but I feel like that helped that wall a little bit. So
Sure.
I'm forgetting things.
Oh, I know you're an optimist, of course.
Oh, yes, yeah. And Emily is my vice president right now. And so, Optimist Club and...
Send.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I'm throwing all this stuff
I know,
at you.
thank you. When I'm on the spot, my mind goes blank. SEND is Southeast Nebraska Development District, and Lisa Hurley, I guess she saw what a champion I am for York and the surrounding area, so she suggested that I get involved in that, and that has been the most educational thing for this area. I see all the wonderful work that they're doing through that committee. And I'll tell you, it gives me goosebumps just to think of all the housing projects and all the other things, people who need help with whatever to do with housing, they're right there.
Yeah.
And it's just been a lot of fun to learn. And I'm still learning, plan on learning for another 3 years. And, hopefully I can help be a more involved instrument on that committee. But yeah. And, anything else people need help with, I'm happy to help out because it's been a lot of fun learning about York. And, Bob Sauter, he is so going to be missed at Visitors Bureau. And
absolutely.
It's been such a pleasure to work with him and Madonna Mogul, Lisa Hurley, and yourself, Emily.
Well, thank you.
So, yes.
Thank you. Yeah, we are blessed with a very
proactive
office team.
Yeah.
I mean, some really, really great people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Yeah. So, selfishly, I'm going to plug into Optimist a little bit.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So what is Optimist?
Optimist Club is a group of business people in the community that get together, and we here every Monday at Chances Are, and you can have salad or hot meals. It's wonderful. And we have guest speakers from all walks. It doesn't matter what they do or what they're involved in. If they have something to do with York, we invite them to inform us of what they're doing. And so we have a program every week. It's a great group of gentlemen and ladies, and we had our first fundraiser with the Waffle Man just a couple of weeks ago, and we were very appreciative of everyone who showed up for that. But Optimist is anything to do with youth. So we promote the pitch, hit, and run contest. We support it. We instigate it. And we invite all young people to come out and be a part of that. We're thinking about not a fundraiser, but another sporting event in the fall, which I hope to announce later. And then we also do the York Optimist Junior Golf Tournament. And the winners of that go on to the Doral Resort in Florida. And it's just been a great experience for the young people that have been chosen to go there. And boy, do they work hard to get there. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we would invite all kinds of people to become members of Optimist because it's just a great way to get together in a very comfortable atmosphere, and you're well fed, and you learn something new every week. So,
and talk about a great networking opportunity. There's
No
so many
kidding.
amazing people that
There really
you can
are.
network with.
Yeah.
And if you want to come and you're not sure you want to be a member, you can check it out for a couple weeks and then go from there.
Yeah, just contact Emily or myself. We're happy to count you in as our guest.
Yes.
At Cornerstone Bank, we are committed to providing you the best in banking products and service. With 46 locations throughout Nebraska, we are dedicated to serve you. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, I guess we kind of talked about Optimist a little bit, but if somebody was interested in learning more about any of the things that you are involved in, how would you say they go about doing so?
Well, honestly, we have a website for York County Kids, so you're welcome to go to yorkcountykids.com or org, or now I don't remember, but it's yorkcountykids.com, and county is spelled out, and it'll tell you a little bit about our mission and what we're trying to accomplish for the community and the surrounding area. You're always welcome to stop me on the street. I love visiting with people to find out their passions and what they're interested in. I'm the kind of person that likes to build things from the ground up.
Yeah.
So, if you have a project you want to see get off the ground, contact me. You never know. Contact Emily. Yeah. Contact anybody in York. That's the way you build your network.
Yeah.
So, and people know people who know people, and it goes on and on and on.
Yep.
So, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to approach people. Most of the time, probably 99.9% of the time, you're going to meet someone that has nothing but good things to say. So just take the chance. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Absolutely. I
You
100% agree with you.
You bet.
And I just realized we never really talked about what York County Kids is. So
York County Kids is a group of interested people in the community. There's April McDaniel, Andrea Way, Stephen Postier. Chandra Berlin has just been a godsend. She's done so much with Sixpence and all the things that she's involved in. She knows of grant money. Jim Ulrich is on the board, the executive board. He's our treasurer. Katie Ditloff with UBT is the president. I serve as the vice president, and Emily Perry serves as the secretary. We also have, help me out, who am I forgetting? Oh, Carrie Colburn. She's a wonderful asset. Allison North. It's just a great group of people. If I'm forgetting someone, I am so sorry. That is not my intent. But back to my mind goes blank. So it's a way we want to support what we currently have. So we are going to be starting some fundraising so that if one of the daycares are, they're short, they can't make their budget or whatever, and they need diapers really bad, then we're going to go buy them a whole bunch of diapers, or if they need help with meals, money for meals and whatnot, that's what we're here to support, whatever a daycare currently might be in need of. As we grow and as more funds become available, we have tossed about the idea of creating a center. And we don't know what that looks like at this point, but we are definitely not wanting to alienate any of the daycares. We're here as your advocate because we want you to be successful. We're not here to take any of that away. We want to enhance. So we kind of changed our direction, and that's because of conversations we've had with current daycare or child care managers. And that includes the in-home centers, too.
Yeah.
So, we all want to work together for the betterment of that industry.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And I'll go just reiterate exactly what you just said, but we're here to support our current providers.
Yes.
We're not trying to be competition.
No.
We're not trying to take any kids or staff or anything away. So we're trying to find the best way to do so. So expanding capacity in York, supporting childcares. If that comes to the point where we need to start something, take something over, whatever, so be it. But if we can do that through supporting you, Well, you're expanding.
Right.
Then that's how we'll do it.
That's who we're here for.
Exactly.
Are the existing daycares and childcare providers. So.
Right.
I keep saying daycare.
I know,
and
it's so
we've talked
hard.
about that.
It's
It needs to be
hard.
childcare.
It's hard.
But yeah.
But, okay, well, I guess, what's next? What's coming up? Anything exciting?
Oh my goodness.
Besides looking for a house in New York?
Yeah, again, help me out here. I want to live here. I don't know. I mean, right now, calendar deliveries are coming up, so I'm pretty excited about that. That's a way that I get to connect with businesses again. We've been doing other things like Cornerstone Bank provides blizzards for some of our business. We pick several every year, and we try to deliver to those. And then we do meals for the teachers, and on Martin Luther King Day, that's when we typically do it. So, I'm always involved in things like that. At the bank, we have an in-school savings branch, and it's called Duke Branch of Cornerstone Bank, and it has just been an absolute pleasure of mine to get to do that every Thursday at 7:45 in the morning and to see the kids' faces and to be able to talk with them and just teach them financial literacy. Even though it's brief, I want them to be able to take away something that they learned from depositing in this bank. Yeah. So it's their money. They get every cent they put in. They get it all when they graduate the 5th grade. So then they can do with it what they want. If they want to open a savings account at Cornerstone, of course we would welcome that. But they can also go to other banks. We're just here for the kids. So
such an important skill to learn too.
Yeah, the Life Committee at the bank, which is Leaders in Financial Education, we've gone out and we've presented to classrooms on Get Smart About Credit and teaching children to save. We go to the library, we go to child care centers, we go wherever because teachers are inundated and they've got a certain curriculum that they have to go through every year and so we're just there to help them out. Try to give them a little time to themselves if they want it while we present, but we do that as well. So it's been a lot of fun to co-chair that with Tara Prince at the bank. So
such a neat program.
It is a neat program. Yeah, I'm trying to implement something big at our school.
Yeah.
It's Reality 101. I'm trying to implement that at the middle school level. And that's all-encompassing. That's life. And how would you afford life? Right now, kids...
it's hard.
It is hard. And it's hard for the teachers to really give that all their time. So I'm looking at maybe doing that, but...
Very cool.
Putting some things together. So, yeah.
Yeah. Very, very cool. But...
It's been fun.
So, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
We are going to move on to hot potato questions.
Hot potato.
Hot potato,
Woo-hoo.
I know. It makes me think of the Wiggles song. I'm in toddler era right now. But so these are just really quick questions.
Gotcha.
Should be pretty easy, but if you need to take a minute, I won't yell at you.
Okay,
so
good.
Fall or spring?
Spring.
Is there a reason?
I love things when they start to green up and you start seeing the flowers and all the, I don't know. It's just, it's a
Everyone's
renewal.
excited
It's a renewal. It's a preview of what summer is going to be. Of course, I don't like July or August temperatures, but I love fall too because when the colors are changing. So those really are my two favorite seasons, but spring's probably first.
The perks of living in Nebraska is you get to see it all.
Yeah, you do.
Sometimes even when you don't want to.
Yeah, like the snow and the ice. Yeah.
TV or books?
Well, I love both, but I watch more TV than I have time to read books. Because when I read a book, I don't do anything else. I read the book. My house goes into ruin. Nobody eats. So, I love reading books, though.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Fruit or vegetables?
Fruit.
I agree.
Love fruit.
Every time. I agree.
Yep.
Travel or stay home?
Stay home.
Yeah.
I'm a homebody.
Me too.
I love doing projects around the house and things like that. So,
I agree. Movies or TV?
Movies.
Ooh, do you have a favorite?
Well, I used to manage the Twin Theater in Norton.
Right.
So I was in on all the new ones. My younger sister, worked for DreamWorks, and my brother-in-law worked for Warner Brothers, and so I got all kinds of free
Wow.
stuff like Elf and The Matrix and
Oh, that's cool.
and the Jurassic Park. We got all that kind of free stuff that I got to give away. So I love movies. And my grandson, my oldest grandson, pretty much grew up in the theater with me because my daughter is a cosmetologist and she worked evenings. So he would come over to the theater and hang out with me. He started going into the theater by himself when he was 3 and would sit there and watch the entire movie. Nemo was his favorite at the time. So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But movies definitely. I love movies.
Okay. Farm or city?
Oh, city.
Yeah, city girl.
Although I love being in the wide open spaces. I don't know. It's really hard to choose.
I know.
'Cause,
Vacation in like the rural area, farm-ish area, but like live in the city.
Yeah, I loved living in Lincoln. I really did. But when we moved here, a lot of those amenities are right here in York.
Yeah.
So it's not been too hard to be in this area. I've really enjoyed it.
I
So
agree. Yeah. Board games or card games?
card games.
Do you have a favorite?
This is going to sound terrible. Solitaire.
That's not bad. That's a good game.
I love playing. Have you heard of Wahoo? It's like Chinese checkers, only it's Wahoo is what we called it.
Interesting.
I was a small child when my grandmother taught me how to play Wahoo. Very competitive game. And I just ordered a board from Etsy. So if you want to know what Wahoo is, go to Etsy and look it up. It's a marble game.
Interesting.
And you have to go all the way around, and then you have a home base. My youngest 2 grandkids love Wahoo. Of course, so do the middle 4 or 3. And my oldest ones, they kind of outgrew it.
Yeah.
But Wahoo's fun. It's very competitive. I don't like Monopoly.
It's too long.
Too long.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I love playing cards. Pitch is what I grew up on.
Yeah.
My grandpa he taught us how to play pitch. 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever. Yeah.
Oh.
It was fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love card games.
I do too.
Makes me want to go play some cards.
Yeah.
So if someone were to move to York or be looking to move to York County, what would you say to them?
I would say, because this is how I feel, I would say this is a very welcoming community. Everyone here is very friendly, and we all work together for the success of the community. I have seen that on so many levels. And it's great because the leaders that we have here in this community are truly in it for the long haul, and they want things to grow. Lisa Hurley's involved in so many projects, and I know there's great things yet to come. Sue Crawford is also involved. Randy Obermeyer and Mayor Redfern, all of these people are all working together to make the community, I don't know, one that everyone would want to come live in. Yeah. But that's why I want to be a part of this community. My people are here.
Yeah.
This is where my people are. And I think it doesn't take that long to feel that way when you come to York. Everybody wants you to become a member of York.
Yeah.
And they have welcomed me and my husband. So we're very fortunate.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Do you have any parting words of wisdom for anyone who may be listening to the podcast right now?
Well, the one thing that I'm going to reiterate, I've already mentioned it, is don't be afraid to go up and talk to people. It's a little daunting at first. I knew no one when I came into my position, and they said, well, we want you to go out and meet some people. So we have this every other Friday meeting, and I'm sitting up there, and after 3 weeks of employment, they were wanting a report on what I'd been doing. And I said, well, I've been to 60 businesses, and I said, and I've got 40 more that I'm going to do. So I was up to 100 by the second Friday meeting that I attended.
Man.
So, you cannot be afraid because we're all people. And we all have the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
And you just have to be willing to be positive and see the good, because everyone has that in them. I mean it. Everybody has good. So, and I think all they want to do is feel like a member of something. Everybody wants to belong to something. Yeah. It makes you feel whole. Yeah. You know, and it does. It makes me feel whole. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that too.
That's it.
Man,
That's it. Just don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Just make a conversation, because you have a lot to give, and so does the person you're having a conversation with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so one last plug. Let's say that there's a business listening in that wants to get connected with you, get connected with the bank, whatever. How would they go about doing so?
Well, they can call me. I have a direct line, and it's 402-363-7422. They can email me, which is the letter K, Mortensen, and it's MORTENSEN. I think we're the Swedish version or the Norwegian, I'm not sure, at cornerstoneconnect.com, or they can call my cell, which is provided by the bank, and that's 402-366-4185. Call me, and I will do nothing but tell you the truth. So that's what I tell people. Don't expect anything but the truth from me, even if it's something you don't want to hear. Yeah. So, try to deliver that with tact. Yeah. But
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Please do. Please reach out.
Yes.
Because Cornerstone truly is here to help anybody who wants to, become a member of York.
Yeah, and if you forget all of her contact information and want to reach out, YCDC can always put you into contact as well.
That's awesome.
So plenty of different avenues. But
cool.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Wrap up here.
What a fun, 10 or 15 minutes did we?
10 or 15 minutes.
I don't know. How long were we on?
That. That's good. That's good.
It felt like it just went by so fast. Thank you for the opportunity, Emily.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You bet.
In closing, we would like to once again take the time to thank our members, the people that help us drive change. We would like to thank York State Bank, Henderson State Bank, York General, Meade Lumber Company Incorporated, and York News Times. And thank you, our listeners, for tuning in. Catch you next time.